Yeah, when you ride an Arabian horse, especially bareback without equipment and tools in an open place, the disagreement is going to happen anyways. It's just a matter of time before he disagrees with you. He wants to bolt, you want him to slow down. He wants to slow down, you want to move fast. He's afraid of something in the right side or the left side and wants to change his direction, and you don't want him to change his direction, and so on. So disagreement is going to happen between you and the horse regardless of your way of riding or style of riding. The difference between ways of riding, in my opinion, is the bad ways of riding react in the wrong way when he disagrees, so he completely does what he wants because your reaction was wrong or bad. Other good ways of riding control the horse with limits, so the horse does something closer to what you wanted than what you wanted. Then when the spookiness, or let's say the fear is gone, he gives you what you want. For example, he's cantering, he wants to change his direction and move faster a little bit. He will be able to do that until the fear is gone, until he passes this thing he was afraid of, and he will give you what you want. In this way of riding, every single disagreement will lead to what I want or closer to what I want. For example, I'm cantering, he wants to move left away from the scary thing in his right side and move faster. My correct right reaction will make him slow down and move towards it. So instead of moving fast away from it, he moves slower towards it. And with time, he will understand no matter how much you disagree, you will end up giving you what I want. So he will be energetic, he will spook, he will be afraid, but not from it, from the control or the level of control you have over him. He knows that he cannot buck, even if you want it. He cannot bolt, even if you want it. He cannot take his direction away from you, even if you want it. So why is he afraid to that point? Because he knows that he cannot do what he wants to do if there is danger from the scary thing. I want to protect myself from it as a horse by bolting, bucking, and so on. If I cannot do that because of how good this rider is, I have to be more careful. So sometimes horses who are trained in a better way are more careful around areas or spots or things or objects that other horses who are trained in a less way will not be afraid of it or careful around it as much. For example, a horse looks completely scared or afraid of something, and in the same exact area, the same exact horse with someone else in a different way of riding that is considered less will not be as afraid. Why? Because he knows if he wanted to buck, he can, and there is nothing the rider can do about it. Same goes for bolting and so on. So he says to himself, it's okay, I will not be afraid of it. If I wanted to bolt, I will be successful. If I wanted to buck, I will be successful. But with the good rider, he's saying to himself, if I wanted to bolt or buck or rear up, I will not be successful. So at least I have to be careful. So sometimes the horse is more careful, under control, because he's actually trained in a better way, not the opposite. How can I know that the fear or the spookiness in the horse is from good riding or bad riding? If the fear or the spookiness is under control, so he's afraid, but you can make him go inside the scary thing immediately, that's a fear or spookiness that came from the level of control you have over the horse. The spookiness or the fear that came from bad riding will lead to lose control over the horse, which means he's afraid, he's spooked, and when he was afraid, when he was spooked, it's almost impossible to make him go to the scary thing without him bucking away from it or rearing away from it or bolting away from it and so on.